biscuits, mommy, just the grand, like throw them in the in the oven. But I was just like, seriously,
Right?
the one day not to babysit this oven.
That's good and
Oh my
terrible. Uh-oh.
Lord. Anywho, how you feeling?
I'm fine. I'm fine. We're
We're good.
good. We're good. We'll get through it. Let me just
You got all
be.
your pages queued up.
hmm
Yes.
I've got to do this so I can do this. And then I put them over here. Yep. Just like that. And then go share. So you can see that, right?
Lovely. Mm-hmm. Looks
All right.
great.
And then I was just going to give a glimpse of that one when I do the one and then the Substack page. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Yay.
Stop the share.
Mhm.
And
So
then,
good.
and
You
then
don't happen to have capacity for a to be the board chair of a nonprofit that is bringing um public Montessori to Columbus.
um maybe
Interest and or capacity? Maybe?
interest, yeah, capacity,
Yeah,
not sure.
I know. That's what I said. Hi, Mel. Yay.
Who is
Yeah, that's what I
Erica?
said. Say that again.
Who is Erica's Firefly? Is that yours?
No, is that your recording? AI notes?
Firefly's not mine.
Hmm.
I've never heard that before. It's not mine.
Then
Maybe it's somebody that's about to log in. Maybe
maybe
it
so.
precedes them.
All right, you guys have been made hosts,
Okay. In case.
co-hosts, so you should be able to let people in.
Yes. Awesome.
Got that one. Got that one.
Make sure. Hmm. Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hi. Oh, I like your glasses. Those are cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like those.
Thanks, just
Oh,
bring me joy. Just bring me joy.
okay.
Welcome, 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 everybody. Come on in the room. E. White in the building.
Now you know I must have an affinity towards you, my brother, because the Eagles will get ready to play in an hour. So let's get it on and crack a lack. And this game means a hell of a lot. I got a
Listen,
lot on the line.
we won't keep
Who
you
are they
past the
playing?
hour. We won't keep you
The
past the hour.
Chargers, they're out in California.
I'm excited for you that you are excited about it.
I am
I do
truly
not care.
excited.
I do not. I do not.
Woo, I love my brother that much that I'm like, I can't even pregame. I'm on this call. I can't.
You could have a little sippy on the side. We wouldn't, I mean,
I
you can't party
wish. Nope,
party,
I'm
but
being good. It's water. It's
It's just
water.
water. Mm.
Very nice. Very
Water.
nice.
Say love wins tonight. Loves wins tonight. Hey Beth. Hey Amy. Hey Ellen. Mr. Adams.
Hello.
Adia Holmes. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all.
Hey, welcome.
Joan in the space. Okay, okay. Everybody's AI note taker is trying to join too.
I was just about to say that. Like everybody's got AI. I mean, listen, it is important.
Yes.
Bring them in the room.
Like on every call in the tradition, come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Anyway, I'll
Hi,
calm down.
Shirley
I know.
Caesar.
Not Shirley,
Take you to
hilarious.
church tonight.
We do want to start on time, but I know that there are quite a few people that RSVP'd, so I want to give it just a few minutes. But we will work extremely hard to get you out on time. E white.
Go birds.
All right.
Go birds.
All right. Welcome, welcome. All
Hello,
right.
hello.
You want to go at like 4 after, Chris? That sound good? Oh, you're on mute again. Or you went to mute.
Yeah, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I
2
didn't
more
know.
minutes, folks.
Yeah, I didn't know if anybody wanted to sing. No takers?
Why?
No, no, okay, no takers. Okay.
CT, you could continue to sing. That was good.
What's up, Jay? What's
Hey,
Jenny from
baby.
the other block.
Jen! Oh,
Hi.
Hey.
up?
Yeah, I
Is
told
Oh,
her
that
as
hi,
OJ.
Doria. Hi, Frank.
Yay.
Yay.
no.
I love it.
Good to see you, hon.
I love it.
Oh, hi, Nichelle. I just saw you popped in.
Hello, hello. How's everybody?
Hello.
Michelle White in the house.
In the place to be. Sorry, I'll be off camera. I had a procedure today and I'm not looking my best. So,
It's okay. I'm sure you're
Glad you're
still
here.
beautiful.
Glad you're here.
We'll give it one more minute, everyone, and then we will get started so that we can end timely. We just want to make sure we get as many people in at the beginning as possible because there's a lot of information, a lot to go over, but it'll be a good time. So, and now it's 7:04. We are starting. Hello, everyone. Welcome to those of you who are already here. Welcome to the people that are still coming in the room. They won't hear the welcome, but I greet them anyway. My name is Michonne Winborn, for those who do not know me, and I am honored to help kick off this campaign for someone that I respect deeply, both as a leader and as a friend and brother. So, for those of you who do not know me, I'm not going to introduce myself, but I'm going to share how Chris and I met. That way, we keep it a little bit more brief. But Chris and I met about 7-ish years ago at Chase. So our first conversation was completely by chance or divine intervention, however you'd like to spin it. But the way that he followed up was very intentional. And so he reached out after the first time we had chatted by chance, because he wanted to learn about my story. And when I shared a little bit of how I grew up and what I went to school for and all these other things, he listened and provided clarity so quickly that it shocked me, honestly. He provided a level of care that most people never really slow down to give, especially when you work in corporate spaces. And so within minutes, he had named a strength that I knew that I had, but I didn't think that it was something that I could do or exercise in corporate. And he immediately pulled me into a project that he was wrapping up so that I could shine. And that series of moments told me everything that I needed to know about who Chris is as a person. He sees people, he invests in people, and he builds community, lifting people as he climbs. And so that's what brings us here tonight. This moment is really important because it's the official start to something bigger than his book, which is going to be big, but it's something that's bigger than that. We are forming what will be called the Strong Core Circle. So, this is the community that will walk alongside Chris as he builds momentum for his message and brings his vision to life. So, you're not here by accident. You are here because, first of all, you RSVP'd, but you're people that Chris reached out to because you're already part of the community that he's built, whether that was from Chase or from college or from community work or other leadership things that he's done over the years, whether it's from his dance classes. It could be from any of those places, but you're already part of his community and you already believe in what he does and who he is. And so you're already part of the work. By the end of this call, the Strong Core Circle community officially goes live. So as we go through this session today, which will be a little bit interview, a little bit show and tell, you will see some links dropped into the chat that will allow you to access new things as part of this community. So make sure you're paying attention to the chat. Make sure you're paying attention to me and to Chris, because there, like I said, is a lot of information that will be shared today, but we know it's going to be impactful to you, and it will also be impactful to this new journey that Chris is on. So before we begin the interview, I want to give you a few things that will ground you. So, first off, because I asked the question, the book is not yet ready. Okay. The book comes out in the summer of 2026. So, this is intentional that the book is not out. This is not like the book launch, welcome. This is the beginning of the campaign to launch. So, part of it is the pre sale phase. And again, Chris will explain that a little bit more in depth later. But your early support is what is going to fuel the journey from here to summer 2026. Secondly, please stay on through the whole session today. We know this is an hour of your time. Lots of you have kiddos. Lots of you have things that you have to deal with at home. Some of you might even log back on to work, although please don't do that. But please stay on for the entire time and be engaged, because there is a lot of information that will be shared. There will be specific calls to action that will be provided. Again, there will be links that will be dropped the entire time. So we want to make sure that you get all the information and at least hear everything, even if it's not fully fleshed out for you. That way, later on, if once you start clicking into things, you have more of context. So throughout the conversation, you will hear myself and Chris mention the links. Again, Mel will be dropping those in the chat. If you have questions throughout, feel free to put those in the chat as well, because we're monitoring that, and we will plan to have a Q&A session, a little bit of time at the end. Are there any thoughts, questions? I said a whole lot of words, but does anybody have any questions right now before we get started? Okay. I'm seeing calm and happy faces, so I will take it. Okay. So let's get started. Chris, sir. So grateful to be here. So you have poured so much of yourself already into this project. Everyone in this room already knows about you and about what your work is. But let's start at the beginning when it comes to this book.
Yeah.
What inspired you to write Strong Core, and why is this the moment for this book?
First of all, Michonne, you're a superstar. Thank you for volunteering to lend your voice to this conversation. Number two, thank you, Melanie, for your consistent and continued support. And thank you for monitoring the chat. So y'all make sure y'all answer her questions so that she didn't do this work by herself. And then number three, thank each of you in advance for what is going to be, what for me, the single most transformative season of my life, because I have decided, as the songwriter would say, to follow Jesus and actually get on paper the thing that has been inside of me for years. And I know that I have a default system that oftentimes will say, just go do it by yourself. And what this program that I'm in is helping to amplify is this motto that says, no one writes alone. And so while they have been instrumental in helping me get the manuscript together, and I still can't believe I'm at 65,000 words and I got to narrow it to 60,000 words. And some of y'all going to help me do that, by the way. It is amazing to recognize that there is something that I've always wanted to say, but I've kept it in small segments. So I might have a conversation with Prentice, or may have a pull up with E, or may have a conversation and dialogue with Derek. And this book is taking all of those conversations and bringing them into a public sphere that helps bring to light not just something that was real and rich for me, but the experiences that I have had are a direct result of what it is that you all added to my life. So thank you for being a participant in the conversation. And on this call, there are people from Wittenberg University, there's from JP Morgan Chase, there's from people who I just met this year starting my brand new company. Like the richness of the individuals who are on just this call. And by the way, you are a private select group. Everybody didn't get the invite. So first of all, think of yourselves as special, because you are. And I recognize that getting to the second phase of this, and we'll talk about this in a second, there is a necessity for you all to have access and insight to ensure that what comes out of this book is my voice. I want to share something that happened yesterday. We were driving back from brunch with our son Caleb. He turned 26 years old, and we were in the car with my son Dietrich, and I want to read you a text message he sent to me. And he said this. And this, it messed me up, but I wanted to share it. He said, "You are a professional problem solver. You have a rare skill to see the big issue of things around you and use tools and resources to come to a resolution. For most people, it is hard to move away from the outside noise, but you see it and move accordingly. You have done more and forgotten more than most people have ever seen. Your actions have always spoken loudly. Now it's time for you to talk that talk. From one competitor to another, you are one of them, and it's time for you to let the world know. You come from a generation that says built, forward, tough. You are made for this next set of blessings, so just walk forward and claim them one foot in front of the other." Boy, mess me up. I like mess me up. And I'm like, but own it. Like, you didn't leave corporate America to just go enjoy life. There was purpose, there was meaning, there was intention around what it is that God said, go do next. And so I'm doing that next. And yet it is not that I'm unfulfilled. It's just, I'm not finished. I have work to do. And so to the extent that this is one of the things that is a part of the work, but it is the platform that is going to help amplify all of the rest of the work. And so my partnership with Manuscripts and their program called Modern Author really was putting structure around. I got like 5 books sitting in some folders, but none of them came to life. And because of Modern Author, I got a book that's going to come to life. It's actually going to happen. And it scares the fool out of me that people are going to read something that I wrote, and yet something that I wrote is going to help a lot of people because God put me on this earth to help a lot of people. And to the extent that in this season, the helping a lot of people isn't just me, but it is the voices who are on this call, is the voices who help make this book come to life. Because what you should understand is that within the pages of the book are verbatims, are stories, are experiences from many of you. Back in June of 2024, a bunch of y'all responded to a survey, and leading off every chapter and in bed within the chapters are your words. So some of you all are going to be getting an email from me with your words in the book, having to approve that I can say this and I can say it was you that said it. So I'm really excited that it is not just me speaking, but it is all of you collectively helping to bring to life the stories, experiences that are going to make what all of us truly need, and that is a strong core.
Love that. That was a very long, thorough answer.
I had to
Thank
get,
you.
I got a bunch to give you. So
You got a lot to get out.
I got a lot to give you in a short time to do it.
You're right. Okay, so one of the things that was in that text from your son,
Mhm.
and one of the questions I wanted to ask you was about being a problem solver.
Mhm.
So, what specifically, what problem, I guess is the question, what problem or pressure specifically are leaders feeling that this book is speaking to?
I truly believe that in the season that we are currently in, many of us, I will include myself, are wrestling with the tension of who we have to show up in a how we have to show up in a performative way and who we really are. And many of us in the spaces and places that we live and play in show up as a portion of us because society has said you can't be, or you have to diminish, or you have to position yourself in a way that says, well, if I give, and here's the language of our past, right? If I show up in my authenticity, someone might not love my authenticity. And yet, the truth of the matter is, if you are showing up less than yourself, then you are not doing the thing that one, God told you to go do. And two, you are not setting yourself up to ensure that wherever you are and whoever you're playing with, they get the very best version of you so that you can actually accomplish the thing that's in front of you to do. And whether it has been the coaching sessions that I've had, whether it has been even in corporate America, 20 plus years, watching people show up half of themselves and more intentionally, me showing up as a part of myself and people thinking I was showing up fully. And I was like, nah, you get the outside guy that gets the what do they call that? The mask that I was wearing. You got the uniform I had on, but you weren't getting the fullness of Christopher, Coach Chris, CT, the chocolate drop, all of my names, short dog, like all of these names you've had all over your life. Like I've been all of these different personalities. And one of the things that the tension of this book pulls on is saying, don't be any of those things, be you. Do you know how to be, not just know how to do? And so we really pull on the tension of, and the word leader is used a lot because I've got to be able to identify a particular audience, but I'm looking for human beings who are stuck in a place that says, I want to be more of who I am. And what this book pulls on is how do you, through some questions, through some tension around some stories we've told, how do you get to that version of you through what is being written inside of this book? And I think we've accomplished it at least to this point. We got some revisions to do and some copy editing and some of your opinions to be able to share. But I really do think it gets at the heart of how do you help? And here's 4 components inside of the book. How do you, one, strengthen your core? How do you develop strong roots? How do you ensure that the fruit that you're producing isn't just good fruit, but the fruit that you're producing is fruit when someone else tastes it, they're better because of it? And then how do you do the soul work? Those are the 4 core elements inside of this book and the richness of how it comes together. I'm really excited about giving you all an opportunity to say, wait a minute, let me pause, let me reflect, let me make sure my core is right, let me make sure my roots are deep. And is the fruit that I'm giving good? Because my soul feels good.
Hmm. I heard you say that you, for lack of a better term, have multiple personalities. Like that
Mhm.
there's multiple versions of you
Yes,
and
ma'am.
trying to unify all of those and be a united front as yourself. Um, as you've been writing this book and as you have thought through these ideas over the past years, I'm sure
Mhm.
decades in one way or another, how have the principles that you're putting in your book, how have they shaped your own leadership journey and how you've developed as a leader?
Yeah. The the origin story of core goes back to, and many of you have heard the story of my Achilles tendon, where I've torn both of them, and the experience of going to PT and not your brain, not your foot, but your core needing to be strong or you'll tear it again really is the heart of how this book begins to open up a dialogue and conversation. The first chapter is called the the invitation was, oh, I'm losing the words now. It was about the invitation. The injury was the invitation. Thank you. The injury was the invitation. And so this idea that if I have a strong core it gives me the ability to recognize what else needs to be moved out of the way. I remember 2012 was the very first time I used the language. Uh, Trina Hurt, I think I saw her on this call. She was at Corinthian Missionary Baptist Church with me. We were ministers in training. I was the youth pastor at that church. And the very first youth ministry was called Living at the Core. This goes back years, and it has helped to frame how I think about leadership. It's helped to help me frame like what's most important and to get to that. And if we can get to that, then we can deal with something real. We can deal with truth. And when we're in truth, we know what it says, it sets us free. But sometimes that truth that sets us free is confused because we don't have facts to go with that truth. And so some of what the core does is it helps you think about the distinctive difference between what is a fact, what is truth, and how do you use them together to strengthen your core. And so for me, this book really has been a playbook that year over year I've learned in different spaces. I've been in 5 different industries, how it plays together, whether you're in financial services, whether you're in ministry, whether you're in technology or healthcare. It is the human that is the most essential part of everything that we do. There's tons of dialogue right now about AI, right? Here's the truth. AI has a creator. Its creator dictates what he does. That's us. So we have to make sure that we don't run from the thing that we humans created. It is a tool that can help us. And so to the extent that some of what people keep missing is, wait a minute, you've lost your identity. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Not what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? And how do we get to a place where you are more be than you are do every day?
Oh, I like that. How do we get to a place where we are more be than more do
Good English,
every day?
Michonne. That's good English.
That was good English. It's good talking right there. Okay, so let's do a quick shift here.
Yeah.
What can people expect when they join the Strong Core Circle? And for those of us that are already here, we're in it. Whether we knew we was in it or not, we in it today, as of right now. So what can we expect? What is this? What are we doing?
Yeah. So we are in the second phase of this journey. The second phase of this journey has 3 key elements. And many of you got the message that said time, talent, treasure. Time is something as simple as when you see a Coach Chris post on your LinkedIn, on your IG, on your Substack, on your Discord, on your TikTok, wherever you find a Coach Chris, your time is please share it. One of the things that was amplified for me recently is that I am not visible enough for the work that I'm doing to truly have the impact it needs to have. So I need you all in your spaces to share. Time is very simple. Whenever you can, I'm not even asking you to add a thought to your share. Just hit reshare. If you go to one of my pages, and we're going to add some links to share with some of those pages, go to that page, pick one that you like. Even if you don't like it, if you like the picture that's on it, just hit share, hit reshare, so we can begin to allow the algorithm to know that this guy is out here so people can begin to find me. Treasure is the amplified version of share. So what that might mean is your voice, your network, and your unique way of communicating a particular thing means that if you hit reshare, you're adding your thoughts to it. Or you're creating a specific post that says, yo, my man CT, Coach Chris, Christopher, however you want to refer to me, is doing a thing. I need you to lock in, and I need you to go to what is the step number 3, and that is your treasure. I'm going to do a screen share so that you can see what treasure looks like right now. And this is one of the major calls to action. Do you know how to not do it yet?
No, you're fine.
Okay,
I
good.
just I want to edit because you said treasure twice. So
Did
the
I? Oh,
second step is the
talent.
talent.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And then the third step is the treasure.
Yes,
So the
ma'am. Thank
treasure
you.
is what you're pulling up. You're good.
Treasure is what I'm pulling up. So I'm doing a screen share. I'm going to do this right. I'm going there. I'm doing that. As we ask, can you see my
Heyo.
screen, right?
Yes.
So, as a part of the journey with manuscripts, they host a site where they give you an opportunity to hear the story of Strong Core. And most specifically, this is the page where your treasure, i.e., your dollars, can make then the ability for the next 6 months of this journey to happen effectively. What does this fund? This funds the audiobook, the digital book, the actual printing of the book. The 25 gets us a 3-city tour that's in there, and the behind the scenes copy editing, the revisions in January, the end of January, we begin 16 weeks of revisions. So that book is going to have a revamp on its hooks, a revamp on its citations. Everything that is already in place now gets a deep dive with a dedicated individual helping me ensure that when it gets published, it is going to be best in class. I went with this direction versus self-publish versus full publish for a really important reason. I want to make sure I still own the rights to this book, to the words in it, and to the ability to have Strong Core be the series that I'm looking for it to be. This is book number 1 in the Strong Core series. This particular $25,000 is funding all of the next 6 months. If the publisher did it, they would be spending this money, but then they would own all the rights. I am not independently wealthy, just ask Melanie. And so doing it self-published was a little bit more challenging. Now, what I would tell you is that I have invested $10,000 up front to ensure that this first page can get done. So this is not without investment. This is not without me saying, hey, I have skin in the proverbial game. And one of the 3 people that is a backer, that's me. I wanted to be the very first person that invested in me in this project. I didn't want somebody to do something I wasn't willing to do myself. And so my ask is for each of you, if you can find it in your heart, to as we go down the page, there are opportunities to do level C. By the way, the levels are C-O-R-E and core. Clever, right? I know. Anyway, so level C is Courageous Connection, $100 supporter, digital copy, access to the newsletter that's going to be coming out, behind the scenes, and your name listed as a core supporter on my webpage. This is, so I'm going to get to the fullness of the circle, but I want to show you this page here, and I'll tell you how the circle fits in. Next level is at 250 as the O, outcomes driven leadership. And by the way, core is trademarked. It is a part of the trademark that comes with my business, but it is a signed copy, audiobook, and access to the downloadable Strong Core reflection guide. It's a little small, but here's a reflection guide. It is a
It's
7-day
amazing.
guide.
It's amazing.
I created this out of the framework that you'll find in the book. Inside of the book, you'll have a Coach Chris quote, you'll have reflection prompts, and it's a way for you to begin to engage in the core journey that we've created. And at that next level is where you get access to this. Level R, is 500, 60-minute group coaching session. It's 10 participants. You'll get a leadership text prompts, and then one of these
The signature.
fancy dancy hats with the, y'all see it. Don't hate. I know everybody wants that 500 level now. Now slow down. Don't run too fast to it. But that's what comes with that level. Level E, a private 45-minute coaching session, a leadership strength snapshot. I have a access to a platform that allows for individuals to get assessments. So if you are a leader and you want strength finders, you want values in action, you want Enneagram, you want 16 types, it is one of the things that I bring into my coaching as a amplified resource, and I'm bringing that to this conversation so that whoever goes to this package gets access to it. And then lastly, there's one more. Then the core level, you get an additional, so that'd be 245, because they all build on each other, 2 45-minute coaching sessions, enroll in a small group core unplug session. This is limited spacing, and this is whatever it is you want to know. And we block the time and we break it down, and we use experiences to ensure that you get the answers that you need. And then this one is not assuming that the tour is going to happen, because the tour is going to happen, and it's a ticket to the tour. And then if you just want to be someone who donates, you can do that as well. One of the questions that came up earlier today was, can I buy one of these packages for someone? Yes, you can. It's just after you buy it, you need to make sure that you let me know that it is for someone else, not necessarily you. Where the circle comes into play is that the circle is going to take this link and share it to all of their community. What the circle also is going to be is when I get into revisions, when I get into the full framework around what's the book cover going to look like, when I get into, hey, I've got to narrow this by like 6,000 words, help me think about some of the chapters. Some of you all will be getting some requests to be beta readers. And a beta reader is somebody who is going to make sure that in those chapters, it sounds like CT. It sounds like Christopher. My voice in chapters 1 through 7 is completely different than chapters, and it goes all the way to 18. I learned how to write a little different. My voice is a whole lot different. So during my revisions, there is some work that I'm going to be doing. And then lastly, those of you who are in the book will be receiving, and I said this earlier, are going to get an email from me with your segment in there. And I need you to say, yes, Christopher, you can use my name, or no, you cannot use my name with the story that you told. Now, nobody's implicated in any way. The stories are from what you told me. I have maybe shared a little bit of my personal experience added to it, but really the quote that you use really is driving some of the messaging within it. Does that help? Any questions about any of that? This is, at this phase, this is the most important part of it, because we've got 34 days. We got 34 days to get to 25,000. Melanie said this to me, and I was like, oh, we can do this. She said, all we need is 250 people to do $100. I was like, we could do that.
Sounds simple to me.
We could do that. I know
Math is
250
math.
people. So I'm grateful that you all are open to this part of the process. I'll be honest. When I first started to, I'm always honest. Let me give you a little behind the scenes on me. Some of the inner work that I had to do was that I don't like to raise money. I'm not asking money for somebody. And it was like, no, that's not it. You are looking for people to invest in what you've done. Somebody else said it to me this way. They said, Christopher, you planted enough seeds, you watered enough seeds. It is now time for you to harvest. I was like, oh, that's how we do it? I was like, okay. So it is okay to ask people to support. It is okay to ask people to invest. And so this is what I'm doing. And so as I'm becoming even more comfortable with that, because there is something really rich and beautiful about what this is going to produce. And you haven't seen it yet. I have, and I know there's still more that is going, the texture of it's going to be richer because of what you all are going to continue to bring to it. So does that help? Questions, thoughts?
Yeah, does anybody have any questions? That's a lot of information. Does anyone have questions or thoughts around this platform and what this ask is? Seemed clear, but you never know. So many seeds planted. Yes, Jennifer. So many seeds. So many seeds. Okay. Doesn't look like there are any questions. So I'm gonna ask Mel to drop in the chat as well the link for Chris's thought leadership, so his Substack. So I'm just now jumping on the bandwagon of Substacks. Everybody has a Substack now. So I'm not even on Chris's, so that's my first call to action for myself. Is to make sure that I'm logged in there and I'm connected to him via Substack, because that's also another place that you can see his thoughts, read some of the articles that he puts out, and you can share those as well. So Chris, you're going good. Perfect. Yes. So this is the Substack. Is there anything you want to share specifically about that?
So I'm I'm everywhere. Uh,
All the 5011 platforms.
I'm on all the things because there are different ways to say the same thing, and so the reason why we created the Substack is that it is a longer form to be able to expand how I think about topics. Um, I want to go to the, like, for example, this is the pre-sale. Like, you get a longer form newsletter here where I can share deeper thoughts and perspectives and ideas, different than on LinkedIn, which is really a more short form way of doing it. And so I created a Substack for um, me to get a little bit more creative. I can be more creative in this space than I can in some of the others. And so there's a podcast link that'll come out through here. There is longer form articles here, and there's a subscription level that will go even deeper, but that won't happen until say mid 2026. There is a strong core circle newsletter that will be coming out in January that each of you all will be subscribed to. And one of the pieces of advice or thought, and this is something I would love for you all to help me with as well, is what do you want me to make sure I'm telling you about? Sometimes the busyness of what crosses my crazy mind after every single call I have something new pops in every minute. And I want to be able to share it, but I also want to make sure that what I'm sharing with you all is not just relevant, but it is helping you amplify whatever the message needs to be for the communities that you are going into and that you are serving. So I'm excited about all the different places that we're going to play, and wherever you play the best, I want to be there so that you're not having to search or find me or have to create a new download on a phone that's already full. Or some of y'all don't even like socials anyways, but at least find one and then find Coach Chris on that one or Core Inclusive on that one and
Find
then
one.
share. Yeah, just find one and then share that
He's on one. He's on at
one.
least one that you use. Come on. Facebook, Instagram, Lemonade. He's on all the things. I don't even know what Lemonade is, but you're on that, aren't you?
I don't follow. Yes.
You're on it. You may not be super active, but you're on it.
Yeah, man.
So find him and follow and share. And then I would love for you to show everyone the Strong Course Circle site because we have a login now, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Oh, I didn't have you cue that one. My bad.
It's okay.
That was my fault. But this is on Chris's main website.
Mm-hmm.
But as a part of the Strong Core Circle, we have our own platform within his site. So this is what that landing page looks like.
And this is a link you can share with people who don't know me at all or who want to become a part of the Strong Core Circle. You will find that anyone who contributes at that first level, their names will be on this page. So when you think about the Strong Core work, it's going to fill this page. Right now, it is just simply the contact sheet for people to send in and a link to the Substack, but this page is going to transform as we evolve this process. And so the investment, I made an investment in a new web guy, and I'm paying him to help make sure this looks real pretty for y'all too. So whatever we need to do to make sure that this page is actionable for you all, but anyone who does contribute your name will be on this page. This is where it'll be. Cool.
Lovely. Okay, I'm gonna pause. We have 20 minutes left, which this went a lot faster than I thought it would. I
I
thought
did
we were
good.
right.
I did good.
You did real good. We gonna get you out of here, E. White. See, look at God. Won't he do
I'm
it?
telling, thank y'all. Thank y'all. So
Okay,
I can
so
go
are
get
there any, right, right. Are there any questions, thoughts, concerns, musings that anyone has while we're still together? Because I think we've covered everything.
How do I send money?
How do you send money? That is a really good question. Thank you, Anthony, for that
Well,
question. So in the chat, There is a link, and I'm scrolling back to it so that I can see it. So there is a link that Mel dropped. There's a little rocket ship, and it says, "It's here. The pre-sale's officially live." That link will take you directly to that page, and that's where you can donate. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
You
As a,
only need, Mel, you only need 249.
listen, I know he knows 250 people.
Seriously, though.
Thank you, Erica. And as a quick aside, at the very end, I'm going to post all the links in one chat. So I know I hit a bunch of things in the chat. So
Okay. Wonderful. Anyone else? I thought I heard somebody else come off mute too at the same time as E. No?
The recording for this, CT, is this something that I have access to?
Yes, I think if you said it right, there's a recording. So this call is being recorded. Tomorrow, you will get an email recap with a link to this call because some people could not make it. And then all of the links that Melanie is sharing will be in that email to recap. So you will get something from me tomorrow.
Yep. Wonderful, wonderful. Anything that you did not share, Chris? Anything? I don't think we missed anything, but is there anything else that you wanted to make sure you relayed to this lovely group of folk?
I just want to say thank you again. Like we've been in some capacity on this journey together, and I have beautiful stories with each one of you individually. Ideally, we are going to create community. And one of the most important things to me is that the people who I see on this screen hopefully get to know the other people who are on this screen. There is a really beautiful and honored place that I have in my life because I know all of y'all. And there's something amazing about each and every single one of you. And I want to share you with the world. So this is not going to be for the Midwest. This is not going to be for the United States. This is a world play. This is a global play. And because this is a global play, I need some global players to play with me. And you all are that. So thank you for extending yourselves to be visible enough that the world can see who you are and to hear your stories too, through the voice that God would help me amplify in a space that I have never been in before, but I have been there before, if you understand what I just said.
Yes, love that.
So thank you.
Love that. Well, thank you, Chris. As I tell you all the time, thank you for being first for me so that I don't have to be first in a lot of ways. I can just follow and say, oh, he did it that way. That works. That was successful. Let me do that. So I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me have fun and play with you and, and
Thank you.
lead this little conversation. This was great.
before we wrap, I'm sorry, Mashawn, to interrupt.
Oh.
We do have one question in the chat from
Lovely.
Trina.
Oh,
Yes. In addition to the general vision, is there something specific we should pray for? Yes, Trina.
I
What do
love
we
that.
need to pray for
Yeah, thank
regarding
you.
phases 2 and 3?
Yeah, thank you for the question. It is multi-layered. One, specifically, that I stay focused. There is something beautiful about what's going on right now, and I can squirrel. Like I can tangent. I can get distracted, and this is not a season of distraction. So one, that I stay focused. Two, yeah, that's right. Two, while you all are the circle, uh, Jesus had his disciples, and then he had the inner circle. I need to find a support circle to help carry what we're getting ready to lift. It might be some of y'all. I don't know that yet. But as we're moving into this next season, I need to be able to find the circle that's going to help support what needs to get done. because I cannot do it by myself. And then lastly,
Talking away. He doesn't even.
did I freeze?